You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly show for video games, movies, TV shows, comics, tech news, and more. Now your hosts, Cody Pennick, Samantha Cross, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show where at least one of us is wearing pants. I'm Cody.
But the question is who?
I'll never tell.
Listen extra hard and maybe you'll find out.
I'm Sam.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Samantha.
Oh, we have a great show for you this week. Thank you all for tuning back in. We have a bunch of news to go over, but first, let's talk about some things we have been checking out. I've been playing Super Mario World on the Switch.
I played it for 5 minutes.
I beat it. I 100%ed it because I sat down and was like, this feels really good on the Switch. And the next thing I knew, I had beaten the entirety of it, including the Star Road, so that I would have the little Goombas with the little Koopas with the hats instead of the shells.
The Halloween costumes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That game really holds up. It's very, very good.
It's still in my top favorite of Mario games.
The port is pretty good on the Switch. It does have some lag when there's too many items on the screen.
But that's the way the
That's
original
normal.
played.
Yeah.
Because it's not really, it's just an emulated version.
Yeah, pretty much. I've tried about a half dozen of the other games just to try to jump into them. The furthest I got in any other game was I made it to the second stage in, is it Demon Crest? Or Demon something? Or
Demon's Crest.
Demon's
yeah.
Crest, yeah. I'd never played that one before.
I've
And-
poked around with it. It's weird.
It's weird.
It's really weird.
Yeah, but that was a lot of fun. The rewind function is going to be great for Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yeah.
Because perhaps maybe I'll get past the second section of the first level.
I was thrown off by Super Mario World because I'm so used to the physics in Mario Maker.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure.
It took me a second to do my jumps right.
Yeah.
Reacclimate yourself.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing for me is remembering which button was the spin jump and which one was the regular jump, because there's a height difference. And I kept botching like early jumps and stuff. I would fall into pits and have to rewind the game because I would hit the wrong jump.
I think I've played Star Fox more than any of the other games,
Nice.
honestly.
Excellent.
I was all the way up to Andros the other night on the easy route.
Well, I remember when the classic came out,
Mm-hmm.
Star Fox was the first game I blew through, so I could play Star Fox 2.
That's right. You got to get past at least the first level, I think,
Yeah.
before you can play Star Fox 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which, hey, put Star Fox 2 on the
Oh,
Switch.
it's coming. It's definitely coming.
Yeah, definitely having this feels like you really, unless for like a couple titles, it feels like you really don't need the Super Nintendo Classic anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, they included a couple of games that weren't on the classic, like that Speed Buggy whatever, the one with the eyes.
Oh,
Oh.
Stunt Tracks FX.
Yeah, that's the one.
I love that game. I don't think it gets the credit it deserves for being a very interesting and cute early 3D racing game.
Yeah, I remember seeing that like in stores back when,
When that stuff was new.
when it was new, but I never
Yeah.
I never played it. But yeah, I mean it plays pretty well.
It was one I rented a lot as a kid. And it has a real banger of a soundtrack, too.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be getting many of the games that I rented as a kid because I would rent almost exclusively fighting games. Like, I don't think we're going to get World Warriors because that's still I think it's SNK.
I think they own it now, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get anything from them because they're going to do it themselves.
Oh, they'll do it. Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. Well, they already released a lot of their ports like standalone for like $8 a piece.
Yeah,
Like,
a lot of the Arcade Archives stuff is Neo Geo
yeah.
fighting games.
Yeah. So,
Clay Fighter.
but actually, Clay Fighter would be a lot of fun. Oh, that would be a good fighter for Smash. Would be Bad Mr. Frosty.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Bad Mr. Frosty. Like
No.
those weird digitized like
Yeah.
voice when they announce.
No Clay Fighter characters.
I played a lot of Clay Fighter.
Me too.
I bet it doesn't hold up.
It's very slow. I've downloaded an emulated copy of it a while back, and even putting it on double speed, it plays very slow and clunky. But I think just the novelty of it all being clay animated or faux clay animated was kind of enough. Speaking of Smash Brother characters, I just had a thought because I thought Clay Fighters, then there's Clay Fighters 33 1/3 on the N64 that had Earthworm Jim as a guest fighter. What are the chances of us seeing Earthworm Jim in Smash?
I hope not.
I could see him maybe being an assist trophy.
I don't think they're going to put assist trophies in the game anymore.
They just added Shovel Knight.
No, he's
been there since the beginning.
Has he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
that was a misleading article I read on the Switch news board.
Does Doug Tenapel still own the complete rights to Earthworm Jim, or is it owned by a company that he used to work for?
I think he owns it because they're making that new Earthworm Jim for the Coleco
Class whatever
new ColecoVision console.
Okay, then yeah, I hope he doesn't show up then. Yeah, if it were just like a whatever, it wasn't Konami, was he?
If you're gonna put it was Shiny Entertainment.
Shiny Entertainment.
If you're gonna put Earthworm Jim on there, you might as well put Bubsy and Gex.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, put Bubsy and Gex on there. Make Bubsy the Dan of the game, the one that is purposely bad.
That people will get good with.
I just want Doom Guy.
Doom Guy would be fun.
The Doom Slayer.
Yeah, he's coming. If nothing else, he'll be a me Gunner set.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Or BJ Blazkowicz. He would be good.
That'd be a good one.
Or the Terror Twins that play like the Ice Climbers.
Oh, they're perfect. Yes. All right. Well, hey, that's basically what I've checked out this week. Pretty light week so far. Oh no, take that back. Rewatch the first couple episodes of the old '90s X-Men animated series because you gotta every once in a while. You just get in the mood.
It's coming to Disney Plus.
It is. Yeah, it's coming to Disney Plus, and
I'm
along with
waiting
a
for
million
that.
other different things. Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later, but yeah, those first couple episodes are pretty wild.
Morph.
This one's for you, Morph.
This one's for you, Morph.
It's like, let's introduce all the X-Men. Here's Wolverine and Cyclops and Rogue and Storm and also Morph. One of these characters is gonna die. You can't guess who because you're a child.
Hey, Morph, where's your red costume?
Yeah, right. He might as well have been wearing a red coat.
The obsession with Jubilee.
Yeah, a lot of Jubilee. Well, she filled in the Shadowcat,
Yeah.
the Kitty Pryde
and
role
she
in
was
that.
the kid stand-in character.
Yes.
And then in the comics, she became a vampire.
Yeah, lost her powers, became a vampire. Comics are weird.
Right?
Speaking of the X-Men 90s, have you ever watched the prototype of that show, Pride of the X-Men?
I have it on VHS.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
I got it through like one of those school order, like Scholastic book orders.
Excellent. Hang on to that. That is a collector's item. That's
Really?
that's like a big deal kind of thing. Because so folks who don't know, Pride of the X-Men was a pilot for a show that they wanted to do about 3 or 4 years prior to the release
90s
of the 90s X-Men. I think it was done in like 89. And it was basically the same lineup, more or less, of the team. Actually, the lineup of the team matches up with the X-Men arcade beat 'em up.
Ah.
Like with,
Yeah, because they were made around the same time.
Yeah.
But like they're meant to tie in.
Yeah, so it had Dazzler, it had Colossus and Nightcrawler instead of Rogue and Gambit. And Kitty Pryde was the viewer insert character, essentially. And yeah, the animation's weird. Like the whole thing's weird. Wolverine is very Australian.
Yeah.
Like he's just straight up Australian.
It's kind of weird how that turns out.
He's an Australian Canadian
Yes, he is. Yeah.
from the Canadian outback.
Good day, bub.
Good day, eh?
Hey, good day. I'm sorry.
Instead of claws, he has boomerangs that fly out of his knuckles.
Nice. Yes.
Take
I like
that,
where this
DC.
is going. You think that's a knife?
These
are knives.
Snicked.
Snicked. Yes.
He has like metal boomerang, like that kid in the Road Warrior.
Yeah, there we go.
I haven't watched that probably since I was a little kid on VHS.
Yeah.
But I
The Road
remember
Warrior?
really like
Definitely.
I've never seen the Road Warrior.
Definitely worth checking out. Also, fun fact about the Road Warrior, found out the other day, the villain of Power Rangers Time Force was an extra. He's Australian. The guy's name's Vernon Wells. He was an extra in the Road Warrior. And there was an episode where they did they're going through various like a monster was creating like movie sets and like different themes. And he shows up, like the villain shows up in his Road Warrior outfit that he still had from when he filmed the Road Warrior as like, oh, this is post-apocalyptic world and I'm going to get ya. And he like put on his, like he let his real accent out and was like basically just an extra from the Road Warrior. Kind of great.
And it's like in his like leather daddy outfit.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, in this show for children, here's this giant leather daddy with bone spikes coming out of his arm, menacing a bunch of kids.
And since we talk about the Super Mario Brothers Super Show almost every episode,
Let's do it. Yeah.
there was an episode of that called The Toad Warrior.
Oh yeah. Oh, that show is so weird.
It is super weird, and I personally feel does not hold. It's so bad.
It takes a bit to get through. Yeah.
It's so bad, it's fun
Yeah.
to watch how bad it is.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Remember how much Colin loved it?
Yeah. Let's talk about the Banjo and Kazooie in the
Oh
Smash
yeah, let's talk
Brothers.
about the banjos and the kazooies.
It's perfect. Everything about it is great, and I love all of the moves that they chose.
I love all the moves except for that backwards grenade shot.
That's kind of hard to do anything with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the egg one?
That's the
Grenade
when
egg.
he spits a grenade egg out of the back of his backpack.
Mm.
It's unique. I don't think there's any other character in the game that has like a backwards firing projectile, but like he just looks like he's pooping that egg.
Oh yeah, that's the point.
Poor,
Yeah.
poor Kazooie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pooping that grenade.
Uh-huh. But
I love how they handled the Wonder Wing, where you have 5 uses of it.
yeah, and it's basically invincible except for I think it's like grabs or something. But yeah, it's great.
And I love the up B. They could have just went with like some boring wing flaps or something, but they did the whole jump panel that you charge,
Yeah.
and I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's really cool. They're really doing a lot of really
Neat.
really neat and unique things with all these characters. They're really especially the DLC characters. I mean, all the characters are a little bit unique, but you can definitely tell like the ones from earlier games where all of their movesets are basically kind of the same, and then you get to Banjo-Kazooie. Like if you look at the ones in this DLC pack, Joker and from Persona 5, not like the haha Joker.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to clarify, there's a lot of Jokers out there.
Yeah,
The clowns to the left of me and Jokers to the right.
And here we are stuck in the middle with Banjo.
But Joker plays completely differently from the Dragon Quest hero, which plays completely differently from Banjo.
the Dragon Quest hero is insane.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I can't believe all the stuff they did with
the
him.
amount of work that they put into that character is impressive.
Each character definitely feels like a labor of love from the franchise that they came from.
Yeah, it really makes me excited to see what they do with Terry Bogard, although I'm guessing he's probably going to be pretty standard of a character because like he's already a fighting character, and you could already, if you've ever played a Final Fight or a Fatal Fury game or anything like that, you can already see what his smash attacks are going to be. He's going to have the rising tackle. He's going to have the power wave,
Busta Wolf.
the Busta Wolf. Yeah. The only thing I could think is those games, the Fatal Fury games, have like a specialty thing with their charge meter, which is a little different from the standard fighting games charge meter. So maybe if you over time it gradually fills, and once it fills, you get like stronger attacks, kind of similar to Cloud's charge meter.
I was gonna say
It's like Limit Break.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Little Mac.
Yeah, kind of like Little Mac as well.
I couldn't
Yeah.
remember. All I could think was Punch Boy.
Punch.
Which I mean,
It's about right.
Punch Boy
Accurate.
from Punch Out.
Yeah. Speaking of Punch Boy, I am still a little sad that they didn't put like an actual character from ARMS into
Yeah.
Smash. I mean, in
Yeah.
retrospect, ARMS was kind of it was fun, but it was kind of a dud as far
Yeah.
as like Nintendo is probably concerned.
It's also really new.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
But-
at least Splatoon was on a previous generation.
Yeah. But at least if they would have put someone from ARMS in there, they would have filled that like Street Fighter Dulcim kind of stretchy.
Yeah.
Because that is a character trope that this game is kind of lacking, is the stretch them out.
Like a character
Like
with like
long
with
arm.
like weird like
Yeah.
reach.
They still could. And I could see them they would pull a more fan favorite character. They would go with Min Min or
I would say they would, except Ribbon Girl and Springman are both Mii Fighter costumes.
yeah, so they could do Min Min or
Oh, that's right. They could do Min Min
Minjara.
or what's her name? The one with the hair,
booty butt cheeks.
the one with the tight pants.
Twin
Twintel?
Twintel. That's it.
I believe her name is Booty Butt Cheeks.
I still think the fifth one's going to be someone from Overwatch, though. Honestly,
Yeah, it's a good fit.
it's a good fit, and now Overwatch is going to be on the Switch, so yeah,
Or is on the Switch.
or very
No,
soon. Oh,
it's October.
October.
Comes
Yeah,
out
yeah,
in
yeah.
October.
Right, right. I got back into Sea of Thieves for new content stuff.
Nice.
We now have pets.
Hooray!
You can get
Is it like a monkey?
there's monkeys. There's also parrots.
Cool.
And you can put them in little costumes.
Can you pet them?
Yes.
Oh, nice. That is a feature that is not present in many games.
Yep. You fully can interact with them. You
Yeah.
can feed them. They get scared when there's like fighting going on.
Aw.
If you dance, they dance. You know, if you play music, they dance.
Sea of Thieves would definitely let you pet them. That's a very interactive
Yeah, you can
game.
do a lot of things with them. Also, it's a tactical disadvantage at times. A guy tried to jump my crew hiding in the tavern when we went to go turn in something, and his pet gave his position away.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, they opened up what they call the Emporium, which is basically their microtransaction cash shop.
Okay, well, it was coming
Yeah.
sooner or later.
Yep, has a specific kind of currency that's only for the Emporium. It can be earned in game, but it's incredibly hard to do.
Oh, fun. It's like fight money in Street Fighter V.
Yeah,
Oh, great.
you have to find a specific rare spawn skeleton that is silver and gold and has a backpack on his
Oh
back.
man, when that shows up, I'll bet everybody loses their crap.
Oh yeah, because you only have a limited time to kill him before he buries himself back in the sand.
It's like when the Smash Ball shows up in Smash Brothers.
Yes.
Everyone
Or the
stops fighting each other and everyone goes after that Smash Ball.
Or the treasure goblin in Diablo.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or the Star Treasure Chest in Super Kirby Clash.
Yes. It's very much like that. I don't know how rare it is, but knowing how Rare has said things are rare in the game, we will probably never actually see it.
If anybody knows Rare, it's Rare.
It's rare. yes.
Let's see. There's a megalodon that most people have never seen, called the White Ghost or something like that. I've never seen it. It's all white.
I would hope so.
Yes.
With a name like that.
And then there's like a super rare treasure chest that spawns maybe once every 7 days in the game.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've never seen it. It's called like the Chest of Legends or something like that.
Mm.
Anyway, some other stuff they added to the cash shop was an emote pack. So you got a bunch of different weird emotes. Like you can flip a coin and you can blow kisses and whatever. And then there
Do
was
a Fortnite dance.
there's a jaunty jig.
Yeah, their dances are all thematically appropriate.
Yes.
Nice.
There's also a full Banjo-Kazooie ship set.
Oh no.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh no.
I bought it. The funny thing about it is it looks very much like in color scheme to what's called the Glorious Sea Dog set, which you get for maxing out your arena PvP stuff.
Mm.
And so I've been using the Banjo-Kazooie set, and everyone who sees me goes the other way.
Nice.
Because they're not looking hard enough, and it's like, oh, look, some PvP edgelord, I'm going to go away. So I'm
You're
like,
probably thinking, great, I could just loot over here and no one will mess with me.
pretty much.
Nice.
Like every time I thought I was going to get into a fight, someone's like, no. But yeah, there's that stuff. You can make your pet throw up. It's gross.
You can make yourself throw up.
Yeah.
And it's gross.
Yeah.
Also, in the game, you can make yourself throw up.
You
Yes.
can throw in the game. You can throw up in a bucket and throw it on people.
And it blinds your screen with green goo.
Yeah.
Nice.
It is disgusting.
It sounds like the best game ever.
It's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing that, and then doing some of the new cursed chess content they have going on right now.
Mm.
Oh, there's something going on. They haven't really said what's going on yet, but there's been some like things in the game changing.
Some piratey rumblings.
Yes, there was a game that Rare did a long, long time ago, back before they were called Rare, called The Black Witch.
Is it
Yes.
from their ultimate play the game days?
Yes. They've made references to these games before. There's a shipwreck you can find called the Black Witch, and it's done in the same very illegible text,
Okay, cool.
just like the game cover. And there's a painting on the wall of the protagonist from that game, Sir Arthur Pendragon. And now, when you go to the Black Witch, it used to be, it was just a shipwreck, and you could go in, and there was stuff, just stuff littered around.
Mm-hmm.
But now, when you go there, there's like an altar with some voodoo dolls, and the painting of Sir Arthur Pendragon on the back wall, his eyes have started to glow.
Oh, cool. Okay.
One of the story of the original Black Witch game was the fact that Sir Arthur Pendragon had to save his crew who have been all turned into ghosts.
Okay.
So it's kind of a weird thing going on. It was an interesting thing I read about
Okay.
I can't remember if that one's in Rare Replay or not.
I don't know.
I don't.
It's really old and looks really rough.
Was it one of those ZX Spectrum games where it's like everything is eye blistering colors?
Oh yeah.
Like it's like I don't know. It kind of like from the videos I saw of the game, it kind of reminded me of kind of some stuff you'd see like on Sega Master or something. Like really solid. Like there's a palette of maybe 4 or 5 colors.
Okay. Is it in like the 3/4 view like the old
It's kind of like a platformer side scroller.
Okay.
It's got some weird stuff going on.
Okay, because I'm thinking of some of their older games like Saberwolf.
Oh,
Which-
Saberwolf's the ZX Spectrum.
Okay, yeah. Which I love games that make references like the companies make references to like their older like original games and characters and that sort of thing. I love those little Easter eggs. Well, like I mentioned, Saberwolf is in Killer Instinct,
Yeah.
and it's canonically it's the same character from the game Saberwolf who has been cursed to be a werewolf and has just like leaned heavy into the werewolfism.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been doing that.
Mhm.
I started playing Shovel Knight again.
Oh, cool.
I started back from the beginning
Yeah.
because I couldn't remember anything. Now I'm halfway through the game.
Oh, nice.
I've beaten Treasure Knight, Plague Knight, Spectre Knight.
Nice. I need to pick up that pack before the new one comes out.
Yeah.
And also only play it on days where I won't get frustrated at video games.
Oh man, there were some times I was like, this sucks. Like I keep losing money.
Well, I just need to get over the fact that I think that more than anything, I don't care about jumping in pits and accidentally dying and having to redo levels because, you have infinite lives basically. It's just
Yeah.
do things over and over. It's losing half your loot every single time you die.
Yeah.
That drives me insane, especially when that loot gets turned into other things.
Yeah. Like I just picked up the relic that gives me extra treasure or something.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Like the gold coin or whatever it's
Have
called.
you do you have the amiibo for that?
No.
Okay, well, next time you come over, bring your Switch, because it's a one-time unlock, and it will unlock a bunch of costumes and stuff.
Okay.
That's
that's
Black
it.
Witch.
That's it.
It's a Commodore 64 game, and it very much looks like one.
Oh, that is very Commodore 64. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
But yeah, I've been playing that again. Oh, I picked up Castle Crashers Remastered on the Switch.
Oh, yeah.
It's very smooth.
It's a good port.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
It's a good port, Brent.
Yeah, it feels like it was when I played it on the 360.
I haven't played that in so long.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Yeah.
Yep. From the get-go, you have the 4 basic knights, the Blacksmith Knight, and the Pink Heart Knight.
Oh, cool.
Oh, right on.
And then I completed the whole Barbarian boss thing and unlocked the Gray Standard Knight, the really super basic foot soldier knight you see dying in the background of the first couple levels.
I've been poking around at a couple games. That new Blair Witch game that came out.
Oh yeah.
It's on Game Pass, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's a lot of wandering through the woods, but
Got
that's
a dog buddy.
yeah, with a dog buddy. But I mean, that's what you'd expect from a Blair Witch game.
Sure, yeah.
Does it feel like Slender or like Amnesia?
It's more like Amnesia than it is Slender. I mean, there's a lot more going on. It almost has a Telltale-y adventure game bent to it, which I like. It does have like weird combat though. Sometimes like ghosts or whatever they are come at you, and you have to shine your flashlight at them, and you can't really see them. But if you watch which way your dog is looking, it helps you figure out where to aim your flashlight to scare
Stop.
the ghosts away.
Oh, huh.
Oh man, that reminds me of Fatal Frame.
Yeah. It's kinda
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But you have to praise your dog at the right times and like use them to sniff out trails because you're looking for a kid that got lost in the woods.
Oh, okay.
So you use your dog to like sniff stuff you find and follow the trail.
do dog stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, nice.
it's kind of pulling in some sort of military PTSD storyline.
Oh, interesting.
Too, which I don't know. That's kind of an overdone trope.
A little bit, yeah.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I'll have to see where it goes if it pays off or not.
Yeah.
Because it could pay off good, like a Spec Ops: The Line, if you've ever played that game,
Yeah, okay.
or it could just be using a tired
Real
trope.
generic kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
tropey. All right, well, hey, let's go ahead and take a break here, and when we come back, we'll talk about some news.
Hey, we're back. I'm Cody, and I like to party.
I'm Sam, and I also like to party.
I'm Josh. I'm too old to party.
All right, that was We Like to Party by the Vengaboys, a.k.a. the Vengabus, a.k.a. that commercial from Six Flags with that old man dancing around.
Why? I don't know.
I don't know.
I
We like to
know.
party. Sometimes we just want to play a good song. And sometimes we just want to play a bad song.
Which is both.
Yeah.
Either way, you had to listen to it.
Yeah. So you know who likes to party? That new Suicide Squad cast that they announced.
That I should have looked up beforehand, so I had something to read off of.
Yeah, someone start looking that up and I
But
will vamp.
It's a nuts cast. There's a lot of people.
There
in
are
it.
a lot of people in that cast. Looks like there's a few returning actors and actresses from the first movie, but not many. And the cast is so large, there are definitely going to be some characters that get bumped off in this movie so Suicide Squad can live up to the name. Suicide Squad, for folks who don't know, it's a DC Comics franchise where a bunch of various villains who have all been like arrested, can get years knocked off of their jail sentence, supposedly in exchange for doing basically suicide missions. And the deal is, if you come back, great. And if not, you're pretty much, that's just part of the deal. They did a movie a couple of years ago and it was bad, but we got Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn out of it.
Yeah,
and that's good.
She was good.
There were some very bad things about that one.
But there were also some okay things.
Yeah. The cool thing with this one is it is being directed by James Gunn, who did the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yep. He was contracted after he was temporarily let go by Disney.
Yeah.
That was dumb, and let's not talk about
Let's
it.
not talk about that. But let's talk about this cast.
I got this cast.
So do I.
Let's talk about this cast.
Let's go one after the other.
Okay.
David Dasmalakian. I don't know who that is.
Yep. He's playing the Polka Dot Man.
Oh, they actually have like character names with
Oh,
these now?
so
Not,
you got a better.
not for all of them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you got a better list than I do.
Wow, Polka Dot Man is that's a deep pull. Okay. I like it so far. See, that's the other thing with Suicide Squad. They pull like really obscure characters because it was full of characters from the comics that people don't use.
Yeah, like King Shark was a member for a time.
King Shark was a member, and like Kite Man was a member for a while.
Kite Man.
Yeah.
Captain Boomerang.
The Condiment King with his acid, ketchup, and mustard spray bottles.
Was he really a member of the Suicide Squad?
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Yep.
Anyway.
Anyway.
One that maybe no one saw coming was John Cena. He's playing Peacemaker.
Oh, he's playing Peacemaker. Okay. Peacemaker, it was originally from Charlton Comics. He was the basis for the comedian from Watchmen. Yeah.
Jai Courtney.
He was in the first one. He was Captain Boomerang.
Yep, he's Captain Boomerang again.
Yeah.
Joel Kinnaman.
He was in the first one. He was Rick Flag.
Yep, he's Rick Flag again.
Also, bad RoboCop.
Yeah.
He was a terrible RoboCop.
That movie as a whole is not...
Joaquim Cosio.
Not sure about that one.
Okay. Nathan Fillion, who's in every James Gunn movie almost.
There is a very strong rumor that he is playing Hal Jordan in a bit part in this. He might be cocky, brash, Green Lantern.
He would be such a good Hal Jordan.
He's voiced Hal Jordan in the animated
films.
Green Lantern First Flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he would be perfect.
That was the CGI one, right? That was still done.
Right.
That was still done kind of in the Bruce Timm style.
That was an okay show.
Yeah. Was
yeah.
it?
No, he wasn't that, but there was a movie. There was like a directed DVD movie that he was the voice in.
Yeah. He's done Hal Jordan a bunch of times in a bunch of different things.
He has. It's also interesting because Nathan Fillion, he's friends with James Gunn. He is also in background stuff in Guardians 2
That's right.
as Simon Williams, the Wonder Man, who in those comics, he was an actor turned superhero.
Yeah.
I did too, and I'm very sorry.
That's okay. Daniela Melchior?
No.
She's playing a character named Ratcatcher.
Ratcatcher, really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Mei Ling Ing.
Did she play Katana in the first one? I would say probably either Katana, if that, or Lady Shiva, who's a Batman villain.
Oh yeah, Lady Shiva. Yeah. She was
Mecha Shiva.
Mecha Shiva.
Lady Shiva. She was a member of
the League of Assassins.
Yeah.
She was in a film called The Lady Blood Fight.
That sounds rad. We need to find it.
Anyway, but IMDb doesn't have her character list.
Okay. Yeah.
Steve Agee.
Steve Agee.
AG
is playing King Shark.
Oh, okay. He's the voice
Yeah.
of King Shark. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that.
He was also in Guardians. He's one of the space crew.
Oh, the Ravagers.
The Ravagers. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a comedian. He's
Yeah.
he's done a
Yeah, I may know him from comedy.
Yeah.
The Sarah Silverman program.
Yeah, he's very funny in that.
Flula Borg. Flula Borg.
I don't know. The resistance is futile.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't have a character name.
Okay.
I guess apparently they got a physician on board because they got Peter Capaldi.
I actually have a theory about Peter Capaldi. I think he's going to be playing either an old Riddler or he is going to be the Calculator, who was originally like a weird, math-themed villain back in the 60s.
You mean kind of like Calendar Man?
Kind of like Calendar Man, but they retooled him about 5 or 6 years ago to where he's basically a villainous version of Oracle. So he's the guy that would sit in the computer off-site and hack into things and keep everyone connected
Do
over there.
cybercrime. He's the guy in the chair.
Do cyber crimes. Yeah,
He's the guy in the chair.
Yeah, and I think he would be perfect as the Calculator.
I don't know.
Because he could just sit in a chair and be
Riddler.
be real cranky about everything because that's his whole
It's
MO.
Peter Capaldi.
That's Peter Capaldi.
Flula Borg is that German guy from YouTube.
That German guy from YouTube.
The
Party pooper.
party pooper guy.
I don't.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're
That is a new
referencing.
thing.
I
Okay.
have to look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see here.
He was running with Grace and Mamrie and Hannah Hart.
Oh,
there
okay.
for a
So
bit.
so that's fine. Cool. Okay. Cool.
Michael Rooker.
Because it's the James Gunn
it's
movie.
a James Gunn movie. Yeah.
I mean, his brother's in it too.
Yeah.
With Sean Gunn. Yeah,
Sean
because
Gunn.
it's a James Gunn movie.
Yeah.
Juan Diego Boto.
Doesn't have a character name.
Yeah.
I think we've listed everybody who has a character name on my list.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go through them real fast. Then.
Okay.
Storm Reed,
Okay.
Alice Braga, Tennessee Kajisi, Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi. Yeah, that's cool.
He's a good one.
Yeah, we know him.
He's Korg.
Yeah. So I think what we're getting at is there's a huge cast of
A lot of comedians.
There was
Okay.
one more big one, and it's Idris Elba.
Oh yeah, Idris Elba. He is playing. I think he's taking over the Deadshot role from Will Smith because this isn't like a full blown sequel, but it's more of like a
I think it's a soft reboot.
soft
Yeah.
reboot where they're gonna pull the things that worked from the first one, and that
And why
counts.
bring back the one dude as Flag? Because he was terrible.
Well, for all we know, he could show up in one scene and then die.
Explode.
You mean like
The second G.I. Joe movie where all the people from the first G.I. Joe movie died in the first scene.
I was gonna say about the rope guy from the first one.
Oh yeah, yes, Slipknot.
Slipknot, yes. And then his head just explodes.
Slipknot of the band Slipknot.
Yes.
Speaking of Margot Robbie, though,
Yeah.
there was a trailer for Birds of Prey. It was Birds of Prey. It was a teaser.
It looks great.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it.
I love how colorful it is.
Yes.
I saw a new poster too.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of do an it thing.
Yeah.
Is the joke. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed. I'm really looking forward to it. I think
Yeah.
between this and the new Charlie's Angels movie, it's going to be a really good summer for female-led action.
Yeah, action ladies.
Action ladies. I'm here for it.
I mean,
It's gonna be
summer's
so
almost
good.
over, so
Well, I mean, it's going to be next
Oh,
year, right?
I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
any improvement on the Suicide Squad would be fine.
it's hard to do worse.
Yeah.
It would almost be an achievement for them to do worse
And
than
hey,
the first one.
James Gunn is good.
He's good. He's going to do a fine job.
Yeah.
He does good. He does good with ensemble role or movies and plus
And dark
and dark
humor.
comedy.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if any other director and writer, if they were attached to this film, I would immediately write it off. Even with this cast, I'd go, "Oh, this is going to be terrible because the first one was bad." I have faith in James Gunn and his ability to kind of put polish on that turd.
I mean, he could probably tap into some of that Disney rage.
Yeah.
It probably turn it into something great.
Oh yeah, and he's done sarcastic superhero movies before. Super. He did.
That movie is dark.
The Specials is actually one of his first films,
Oh.
and
And also a ska band.
also Scott. Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking The Awesomes. Never mind.
Yeah. No, the Specials was really good. It was like almost like a mockumentary before mockumentaries were like
a
big thing. It's like before they had their big resurgence with The Office and that sort of thing, about a super team that was kind of become disillusioned and was more about the marketing and the toys than actually saving people. Rob Lowe was in it, and also Jamie Kennedy was in it.
Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, it was a weird one.
If that puts a date on this.
So you mean the
Yeah.
mask? Son of the mask?
Son of the Mask. All right, let's talk about. Let's move on to some other stuff. We have some Pokemon stuff.
Sure, why not?
Let's
We
talk-
all love the Pokemon here.
We do enjoy the Pokemon. So first up, Pokemon Go has released the next generation of little critters running around.
They're calling this one Pokemon Voyager. That was a terrible joke, and I'm sorry.
that was a really good one.
But yeah, the Unova region is now represented in Pokemon Go, and they're out there.
They're out there. Yeah, they're around. There's some that I still have not seen at all.
Yeah,
But that's cool.
yeah, they're not easy to find, but
No.
they're out there.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want a dog with a sunflower face.
Yeah. Hey, Lillipup is cute as heck.
Yeah, that's a cute little dog,
Yeah.
Well, I'm tired of tripping over and over.
or an angry
Gopher.
Gopher
Gopher
thing.
groundhog thing. Yeah.
Called Matt Pat.
yeah.
No, he's not called Matt.
Oh God, no.
But it's close. It's like Pat Rat.
Pat Rat. Yeah.
Pat Rat Comics.
Yeah, it's it's been a lot of fun playing Pokemon Go. I think this release of the new Pokemans, it's just at the right time because I think Burnout was starting to get in
Yeah.
just a little bit. So this is hitting perfectly. I'm actually really interested in playing this generation because this is the only one that I did not play the actual game on the Game Boy. I did not play Black and White, so I don't recognize.
Any of them?
Well, I mean, I recognize them from other games, from the later generations, but like I don't have as big of an attachment to these as any of the others. So it's been kind of interesting going through and going, oh yeah, this one, that's right. I forgot that this was a thing. Yeah.
The grass monkey one is a exclusive to the Asia area.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we'll never get Pansage.
Yeah, there's 3 monkeys. They're exclusives to different areas. I'm sure they'll rotate them at some
Yeah.
point, or
I'm sure
whatever.
you can get it in an egg. I mean, used to be able not to get Farfetched.
Yeah, well, that was just a special event for a week, but they'll make sure. Pokemon Go is really good about giving you the opportunity to catch them all at some point down the line eventually.
As long as you're paying attention.
As long as you're paying attention. You have to be an active participant in the game in order to,
Yeah.
but you can get them all.
What is it? Pansage, Panseer,
Panseer and Panpour.
Panpour.
Panpour is the one that's going to be around here.
The water
Yeah,
one.
The water one.
Yep. I was out of Pokemon Go for a long time, so there's a lot of Pokemon I don't get.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't even realize they had the Aloha region,
Oh, yeah.
Alola.
like versions of Pokemon laying around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes me excited for when
Sword and Shield drops.
drop, because we'll probably be getting the Galar region,
Ones.
variants. That Wheezing with the top hat.
Yeah.
Speaking of new Galar region
Oh,
Pokemon, they announced
man.
a new one like just
Earlier today.
earlier today.
Yeah.
It's an evolution of the original 150 Pokemon Farfetch.
My boy Farfetch'd!
Yeah, which is somebody here's favorite.
Somebody here's
If
favorite.
you can guess.
He's a big dumb duck with a
Little-
leek in its mouth that he uses like a sword.
He beats you with an onion.
He was terrible in all versions of the game. Has very bad stats, but I love that duck so
I mean,
much.
to be fair, I'm a big fan of Magikarp, and Magikarp's garbage.
Oh
So-
yeah. But there is going to be a new evolution of him called
He's never had one before
Never had
in
one
all
before.
these years of Pokemon.
Yeah. And he is going to be called Sirfetched, and he is turning into a straight up fighting type. There's no flying involved. It's just fighting. And
because he's carrying a big old shield and a humongous onion.
onion stalk that turns into a spear, basically.
It's a lance. It
So,
looks
yeah.
like a jousting lance.
Yeah, and some of the moves that they showed in like that little quick trailer, it looks like he basically jousts with people.
Yep. He is the only one in the game who gets a move called Meteor Strike. And that's what he does with this crazy leak thing.
You know what? He's going to be on my team.
Well,
It's
duh.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I mean, Farfetch is always on my team because
Farfetch.
whatever. Yeah.
But yeah,
But-
he's very much a white knight duck Pokemon.
Yeah.
He has the smuggest little face.
Oh yeah,
too.
he's like
Oh,
he's like yeah.
Oh man, like I've seen like so many people online like he looks so cocky.
It's great. Yeah.
I guess I read a little like a little blurb about him, like kind of like flavor text wise, and it talks about how they tend the leek for their entire lives, and it's like their prized possession, and all they do is travel around the region to fight.
Yeah.
And basically once their leek dies or whatever, they retire from fighting.
Oh wow, that's kind of
Like
awesome.
they're like this traveling knight kind of thing.
That's cool. From the flavor text that things were giving, it looks like it's going to have a unique evolution standard. It looks like instead of having like it hits a certain level or it has an item or whatever, the flavor text almost makes it sound like once you have it fight so many like X
Battles.
amount of battles,
Yeah.
it will then turn into what you need it to.
like
evolve or whatever.
like Magikarp did.
Well,
No,
Magikarp was a level.
Magikarp
Was it?
just levels up.
Yeah, you had to hit
Oh,
level 20 with Magikarp, but
Oh,
this one,
I thought it was certain.
like if they say, hey, you have to fight 500 random battles with this guy in the front of your party, and once you do that, he evolves. That,
you'll get it so fast.
day one. Yeah.
It's another one of those new Pokemon with cool gimmicks. They keep knocking them out of the park.
Yeah. I can't wait to see so the other gimmick for this game is Dynamaxing, so you get a big, huge, gigantic version for like 3 turns. I can't wait to see a gigantic Godzilla-sized
Lance
Duck.
What if it has a Gigamax form?
Oh man, even more
Also,
awesome.
I know what version you're going to get now because he's only in Sword.
I pre-ordered Shield.
Oh, no. Oh,
You better
no.
go switch it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's cool.
You'll trade one of us.
Part of the game is actually going to have transferring capabilities from previous games and also from Go.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah, then you won't have much of a problem.
And I have a couple of spare
Farfetch laying around.
just sitting in my thing because I don't get rid of them. So I have no problem transferring one. And also you can actually pull one from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, so they're readily available either way.
Is that any good? Is that worth playing?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was really fun.
do you like Gen 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fun. The battle system, when you're battling other trainers, it's just like the original game. The only thing that's different is the catching. The catching is more like Pokemon Go.
And I honestly kind of like that better.
I kind of do too.
I don't want to do an RPG fight every single Pokemon I see.
Sometimes you just want to flick your controller and throw a ball, and like the graphics and animation, it's a little more rounded and cartoony.
Yeah.
And Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but it's a lot of fun. Plus, it's the only way, if you're still playing Go, it's the only way to get that little metal boy.
Meltan.
Meltan
Oh,
and
is it?
Melmetal. Yeah, that's the only way.
I thought you had to do the event.
Well, you do the event for one, but you have to have 400 candies to evolve it.
Oh.
And you can either, and it gets a candy every 20 kilometers if it's your buddy.
Good
So either you
God.
can just walk it forever, or you can get the Pikachu and Eevee game for the Switch, and every week you can basically get an item that lets these things pop up for a half hour and go, and you can farm it that way, and you get it like a week and a half or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of
Yeah.
Pokemon.
You can find that game usually like on sale
Mm-hmm.
if you look around. It's definitely worth getting.
Yeah, find a used copy for sure. I mean, it's definitely worth the $30 or whatever. Okay, I think we have time for like one more. So let's pick maybe 2. So let's pick a couple of.
I think we should definitely talk about the Disney one.
The Disney Plus.
Yeah, let's talk about Disney Plus.
They showed off the list of content you can expect to see on Disney Plus,
And it's like everything.
it is very expansive.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it
mean-
is bananas.
They got like all the Herbie movies.
They do.
Even fully loaded?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
they got
They got you.
DuckTales. Both DuckTales.
Both of the DuckTales.
They got Darkwing Duck. They got
Oh man.
Gummy Bears. They're bouncing here and there and everywhere.
They have all of the Marvel 90s cartoons,
Yeah.
including the Spider-Man one.
Yep.
That Spider-Man one is bad. Did you ever go back and rewatch
I
it?
like the Spider-Man.
It's so goofy.
I like the 60s Spider-Man cartoons.
Yeah, that one's good.
Do you remember the Iron Man
I
cartoon?
own a DVD set of the Iron Man cartoon with basically the West Coast Avengers.
Yeah.
And it's got
Yeah.
mullet Tony Stark, I
Mullet.
believe.
Mullet
Yeah.
Tony Stark and Scarlet Witch with a really bad accent, and Hawkeye I think was in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really bad series.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad the Captain America one never got made beyond its like opening.
Oh, I'd be okay with I'd be all right with that.
Anyway, so
But yeah, I'm excited for all of this stuff.
let's see here. Every Star Wars film
Yeah.
Yeah.
looked like every Marvel MCU film that's out.
Okay. Well, sure.
All the mainline Disney animated movies and their terrible straight to DVD and VHS sequels.
Hey, Return of Jafar is a legitimate film.
It is. I like Return to
And
Jafar.
actually, the third one, the Aladdin, the third one, the King of Thieves.
I never saw Aladdin. and the
Where you
King of
find
Thieves.
out Aladdin's
Dad is Alibaba.
his dad is a secret super thief.
He's Alibaba.
Yeah. Listen, I'm down for this. I was going to get this anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the way various companies are like splitting their streaming into their own separate apps. I think it's turning something that was really good, like Netflix, where you could just go and pay like your lump sum for the month
For the service.
and get everything, and it's turning it more and more into like actual cable, which is what we kind of wanted to get away from.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was the whole
with all
point.
this,
Yeah.
because now we have the CBS app, we have.
Speaking of, that was the news item.
That's another news item. Yeah, NBC. Well, NBC pulled The Office, or is going to be pulling The Office very soon from Netflix, and they just recently announced that they are starting their own app called Peacock, where you can get all of their shows exclusively.
Not a great name.
Not a great name.
Not a great name.
I mean, it makes sense because
It's their
NBC,
logo.
Yeah.
it's their logo. But like,
I don't think I need to elaborate why it's not a great name.
sure, no, yeah, but it's splitting that dollar even more, and like. I mean, I like NBC shows. I like them more than CBS shows on average.
Their comedies are way better on NBC.
But I'm not going to spend the money on either one of those apps.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable.
It's
No.
not sustainable, and it's pushing more and more people back towards pirating. Like, I mean, everybody in
for
this
real.
room,
I've never
never,
I've
not
never-
even once.
Download a car.
I've never pirated any sort of content.
Never.
ever.
Oh, neither have I. I don't know why I said that. But let's say, in theory, if we were the type that were to pirate these things,
A filthy pirate.
yeah.
Hey,
There
And
was
not
a
the
definite.
fun kind.
belay your tongue, you Bill Dredd.
But I mean, when pirating was huge for a very long time, and then like when Netflix was the only game in town, but they had everything, you actually saw a decrease in
Oh, yeah.
a sharp decrease in pirating like things
Movies-
illegally in
movies
movies
and TV shows and
right?
stuff like that.
And now that things are being split even further apart, and more companies are like, "Hey, we need your $5 or $6 every month." You're seeing a steady increase in pirating content again.
It's
Because
like-
Nobody wants to pay for HBO Go on top of Netflix, on top of Hulu, on top of Crunchyroll.
yeah, okay, so let's try to add it up, real ballpark. So you have Netflix that's like what, 12 or 13 at this point?
It's like 14 now.
Yeah.
14
I think.
now? Okay, so 14 for Netflix. I wanna
9
say-
for Hulu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're at 23. If you want to do CBS, that's an extra 6
For one show.
for practically for one show. Let's say this Peacock is comparable, so that's
6.
another 6.
I already lost count.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. We're already up over $40 at this point.
Yeah.
And then add in Disney Plus, which is going to be another 7. If you do the YouTube TV, because there's a lot of like sports channels on there, that's an extra $40 a month. And-
Lord.
yeah, it's a lot. I mean, you get like 70 channels.
PlayStation View is 60.
Yeah. And
No, it's like no, it's either 60 or 40. I can't remember now.
yeah,
it's a lot.
The point being, it's getting to the point where it's almost expensive to have cable as it is to have
Yeah.
all of
Streaming
these
apps.
various
'Cause what?
streaming apps.
Cable's like $60.
Yeah.
Actually,
And that's not counting
For like
internet.
basic. Yeah.
Spectrum has their own streaming.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, Spectrum's got to get their.
Well, like I
They're
feel
cut.
like everybody who noticed the cut cable trend and the success of Netflix and Hulu all decided they wanted their cut.
They saw that the model worked
Yes.
with them, but the model works because it was a one-stop shop to get everything.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
And instead of being content to just license out, I mean, these companies could be making the same amount of money, practically the same amount of money, if they just license their stuff out
Exactly.
to Netflix and
Yeah.
Hulu. The extra, couple grand or couple hundred grand they're going to
I
see.
would gladly pay extra bucks if I didn't have to have 100 different things.
Oh yeah, if I just had one place to click
Yeah, and then,
have
then
everything.
you got to remember what's on what app, and
Yeah, and then you have to download an app that tells you where's playing what and when, and yeah, it's a mess.
Do you remember when Netflix used to have discs in the mail?
Oh yeah,
they still do it actually.
they'll do it. They're not happy about it, but they'll do it.
I wasn't happy about it. It's a hassle.
All right. Well, this has been 4 grumpy middle-aged people complaining about the internet. No,
I miss when Netflix had trash on it.
oh
Like,
yeah.
you could watch just the crappiest movies, like for a laugh.
Well, listen, if
You mean like horror movies?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like dumb B movies, because there was a time when they were more worried about quantity than they were quality.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, if you love bad Christmas movies like the Hallmark overly saccharine, like awful those movies, Netflix is the place to go.
Yeah, they got plenty of those.
Yeah. Oh, that was something I checked out. Did I tell
God.
you there was found the other day at the library, found a DVD set. Apparently there's a Hallmark Channel show based on a bunch of books where a home flipper and a true crime novelist team up to solve crimes in a coastal town, starring Jewel.
Wow.
They've made 4 of them.
What is it called?
Oh, it's like Fixer Upper Mysteries or something like
sounds
that.
about right.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it is so bad. And yes, they do find a way. Jewel is the fixer-upper. She's the home flipper in this coastal town. And yes, they do find a way to get her to play a song in every movie.
That's probably in her contract.
Yeah, it's like the first one is like there's a one of her family friends is murdered or whatever, and they're at the funeral and goes, and now we have actress whatever Jewel's character's name, and now they have a special thing they're going to do during this very serious solemn funeral, and she gets up and sits down on a stool with her acoustic guitar and plays a Jewel song.
I couldn't tell you one.
Yeah, it's been forever. I couldn't either, but yeah.
I didn't realize she really did anything, and I was right.
Oh yeah, no, she acts and stuff, and she does an okay job. The movies are very hokey. Like the crime novelist, a lot of times she is like the confident one, and the crime novelist is like the goofy sidekick.
It makes me think of Castle.
Yeah. Okay. The crime novelist is okay. Do you remember the show Eureka?
Yeah, I loved Eureka.
He was the cop.
Oh,
He's the Maytag.
The sheriff.
Currently, he's the Maytag guy in those Maytag commercials.
I thought you were going to say Eureka's Castle.
Oh, that would be great though. Can you imagine?
It's Jewel and Batley from Eureka's Castle.
Solving crimes.
That was the only character name I could remember besides
Magellan?
Eureka.
Oh, Magella was the dragon. Yeah.
Wow.
I watched a lot of Eureka's Castle
Me
as a kid.
Yeah, that was one of my
too.
favorites.
Picnic time.
I think I still at my parents' house. I think I still have like the old plastic cups that you would get like Taco Bell or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't have the cup, but I think I still have the topper that
Oh.
has like the dragon.
Oh, Magellan.
Magellan, yeah. All right, anyway, we are over time, so let's go ahead and wrap things up. You have been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
We meant to do that. That was Batley. Because he always flew in the wall.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, that's right.
You
Yep.
can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at Nerd Overload Now.
You can email us at staff@nerdoverload.com.
You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nerd Overload TV.
That's right. And we're also on various places you can find podcasts, such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. We have a Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/nerdoverload now if you like the show and want to help support us. You can actually get the show a couple days early, or you can get your name read out on the show like I am about to do. I want to thank Mike, Lori, Nicole, and some other guy. I can't place that fourth name. I just don't know. Cody, do you remember the guy's name?
Some turd.
Great.
It's me.
It's you.
It's me.
It's
I
you. It's
wasn't
Cody.
calling somebody nice enough to give us.
Yeah.
I would not do that.
Yeah, no, it's Cody. It's Cody. We also have t-shirts. Go to Nerd Overload and click the store link. You can pick up some of our neat shirts. They're pretty cool.
You can find our seal of approval.
That's right. And finally, I want to thank David Pencil for the use of our intro and outro. It's really awesome. You can go to davidpencil.com and check out some of his music there. Again, thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week.
Pizza out.